Hello, this is an update from the ThinkUp team on the work that we have been doing on the interfaces strand of the CITB Get It Right initiative training. We are approaching the festive season and we thought you would like to know what we've been up to since our last video update back in June. We're actually at the end of sprint 3 for this strand of work. So we have delivered 3 sprints. Those sprints last 3 months each and we have 3 sprints left. So we're roughly halfway through the delivery of the interfaces program. So where are we at? We have now run quite a few editions of the Avoiding Errors at Interfaces courses. There's 2 of those, one for project teams at development phase and one for project teams at delivery phase. We have piloted and run 2 rounds of testing of those courses. Each round consists of 3 people. Each round consists of 3 workshops. So that's 9. That's 18 pilots and tests delivered in total so far. So the content is now quite mature. Each time we run a pilot or a test, we gather feedback both in the session itself. We try to measure what people have learnt, and then we gather feedback afterwards. And those feedback sets of data then inform the changes that we make to the training where necessary. This has meant that we're really able to tailor this training to the actual experience in the room and also how the trainers are getting on with delivering the content themselves. Going through quite a lot of the GIRI courses now, the Get It Right initiative courses, is a kind of golden thread. That's the phrase that's emerged, a golden thread of content or an approach that goes through each of them. And largely it's this: regardless of what level of training we're delivering, whether it's for supervisors and managers, whether it's at interfaces, or whether it's for organisational project leaders, all the courses talk about the impact of error. They talk about the causes of error and the consequences for individuals and organisations. They then start to look at how can error be identified, what behaviours can be adopted to reduce or eliminate error, what skills and tools are available to those participants. And then finally, what are the other courses in the Get It Right programme and how might their organisation or project engage with GIRI as a whole. So as I say, the Avoiding Errors at Interfaces, those 2 courses are quite well matured now. We have 1 more round of testing happening in Sprint 4, kicking off in January. Alongside this, we've been developing a Train the Trainer programme. Now, the idea is that as a result of this development set of works over the next remaining 9 months, we will also be training up members of staff in your organisations to deliver this training. Now, we have turned this into a 2-day course. It was originally intended to be just half a day, but we've really realised that the success of this course depends on whether colleagues are actually able to deliver this material with impact themselves. So the 2-day course works like this. Actually, somebody needs to have attended the training themselves before they can attend the 2-day course. They are identified as somebody who's a potential trainer for this material in future. And then when they arrive at the 2-day course, they are expected to have prepared a segment of the training. They get a full view of the facilitator manual and notes in advance. We then work through the content with them, explaining the various nuances to the exercises and how to respond to different types of query. We do that on the first day. And then on the second day, we spend a day basically walking through the entire content in dress rehearsal and giving each other feedback, constructive, non-judgmental feedback on that delivery, which is both good for the person delivering the content, but it's also good for all the participants to learn how to give that constructive feedback to help the other people develop. So the Train the Trainer programme, now we've piloted and tested it, and that will continue to roll through. This most recent sprint, we have also started doing pilot work on a new module in this stream, which is called Managing Design Interfaces. So this focuses much more on the management of the different aspects of design, the information, how that information is communicated, what systems are in place to ensure that the right information is communicated to the right people at the right time, and to help people evaluate how their own processes can be improved. So that's something that we've now run 3 pilots of, and we are now going to be developing a Train the Trainer programme for, and we'll be rolling that out in January. When trained trainers go out into your organisations to deliver that content, there's always somebody from ThinkUp there. So either myself or my colleagues Nick, Ben, Bengt or Ralph will attend the training and will give evaluation and will give that trainer some feedback or will support them if they need it during the session. So on the basis of that, we've managed to get feedback and actually help those trainers develop so that next time they deliver the training, they can be even better. And that's that continuous reflection is an important part of how we see the Train the Trainer program. And already we're seeing a growing cohort of trainers, some 20 to 30 across the Get It Right Initiative program, now already trained up and keen to go ahead and push this program out into their organisations. Alongside all of this work, we have been developing the learner management system, which is the way that we push the updated content out to the trainers, and it's a way that people who have taken part in the training can access the materials afterwards. We are well into starting to gather footage for videos that will support the trainers. The videos will make the trainer's job easier because it will communicate quite standard messages in an engaging way to the participants. So it'll add gravitas to the training, and it will mean that the facilitators don't have to prep quite so much. The cultural survey is now being piloted itself and will go out en masse at the start of the next sprint. Sprint 4 coming up will be our busiest sprint. We have more work to do, testing on the Avoiding Errors at Interfaces courses. We will be doing the Train the Trainer for that. We will be testing further the Managing Design Interfaces courses, and we will be piloting the Train the Trainer program. So lots of work to be done, lots to be learnt along the way, and I'm sure lots of benefit to be derived by all. It just leaves me to say, on behalf of all of the ThinkUp team, from me, from Nick, from Ben, from Bengt, from Ralph, from Joe, happy holidays to you all, and we look forward to working with you in 2019. Bye for now.